Welcome, one and all, to the Tech Tonic 2024 Wrapped New Year's Eve Special. Oh my goodness, Kez.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers to you. I am Scott Wolfson, your friendly neighborhood curious human, joined as ever and as always by my best friend and partner in possibility, Kez Sam Panther, the Centaurian himself. Kez, once again, this episode of Tectonic is sponsored by ThinkCube. ThinkCube, that's right, the digital version. One of many things that happened this year, one of the tabs I forgot to open, is that ThinkCube, for the first time this year, became available on Deckable.com. That's DECKIBLE.com, Deckable.com, because it has been quite a year. What are you thinking about before we jump into this?
What a wild ride, brother. One of the best years that we've ever had. Loving it. And here, cheers.
Hey, cheers. Boop. All right.
We got it.
Yeah, nailed it. All right. Well, let's do it. And actually, you know what, guys? This is, I'm proud to say, it's a Guinness Zero. Changing things up. It's one of many things that has been reinvented. But speaking of reinvented, this year, let's do the dude's rug and tie things together for folks, because this has been an absolutely wild year. And it started on January 1st of this year, 2024, with your first Centaurian Substack. Any thoughts as you look back to how many of those articles that you wrote this year?
I can't even count how many articles I wrote. Look, that first half of the year, getting all that research, which I'd been, working on, at least for the last 2 years, but definitely probably for the last 30, bringing it all together, like that felt amazing. What you're showing now is Sophie's world. We actually did, that diegetic prototype, that design fiction, brought it to life, really tried to explain what Centaurian thinking could be by putting ourselves in that 10-year future, 2034. What does that even look like?
That's right. And speaking of the future, coming up in less than 30 minutes will be the Thinking Game. We're going to be screening the Thinking Game, having a watch party, the documentary that comes after the AlphaGo documentary featuring Demis Hassabis. Super excited about that. That's a look ahead, but let's look back behind. That's right. Tectonic. This debuted on January 12th of this year. We did 27 episodes. It is so gratifying to be back, because this is a show that I've certainly dreamed of nearly my entire life. And we've got something special planned for next year, starting tomorrow. Any quick thoughts as you scroll back and look at this Wayback Machine, back to things like Stealth Mode, Uncloaked, all of these tectonics that we did over the past year?
Look, what Ada McCullen, our guest from tomorrow's show, says, the show before the show. I look back at everything that we did. We've been talking about doing a show together. We got to kick the tires on it, try new things out, had a raving fan base. Look, it is fun to have all of this come together for us. So it's fun to look back.
It really is. And let's look back quickly. Here's the CentaurianAI.com website, where we've got links to Tectonic and your Substack. We got a chance to go to the Think Bigger Innovation and Technology Summit, Shinya Yangar at Columbia University. And that was one of the first events that we got a chance to join Rita McGrath for. Now, that's not all that we did. We'll talk more about Rita in a minute. WorkCrafting, the garden of forking paths that led over dozens of people at this point to learn about the future of work. Has any quick thoughts on WorkCrafting and what we got into when it came to the future of work in this Maven course that we built in real time?
Look, we saw so many people in need. The world was changing. The future of work was up for grabs. And we just had to share everything we've learned about how to tackle change, this kind of disruption. This wasn't companies, this was people. So being able to put that out there, go through 12 weeks, share that, build this course together with our first cohort. Look, that was also a dream come true, right? The human future of work, which we started and kicked off with Rita McGrath in May with Emeritus. Like, that is the culmination of a lot of things that we've been doing. It's like, look, we believe really strongly that we want to help people deal with the fact that this technology is disrupting the way we work, and people
That's
need
right.
help.
That's right. And speaking of disrupting the way that we work, back on May 21st, we had our most popular LinkedIn Live yet, Stealth Mode Uncloaked. And that's when we revealed our partnership building the capability building advisory firm of the future, fully augmented with none other than best-selling author, Columbia University professor, Rita McGrath, a hero of both of ours. And we are joining forces. And this was something that we announced on LinkedIn. We did that. We then went to ThinkerCube in New Jersey. We got a chance to talk about the future of thought leadership with so many other incredible thought leaders. And that, speaking of leadership, that led us to Leading Strategic Growth and Change. This is Rita's signature executive education course that she teaches at Columbia University. You and I had a chance to teach this 3 times. Any quick thoughts when you think back to starting Centaurian with a Substack on January 1st, and by June, you were teaching Centaurian thinking to executives at Columbia Business School?
Look, it has been one of those pinch me years, but yes, taking that, all of that thought, which we've been putting together, what we built on the Maven course, Centaurian thinking. I remember, I think it was a week and a half period where I finally launched the Centaurian thinking course for our Maven cohort, because I brought it all together. This is what you need to know about thinking with machines. Did it at ThinkerCube live in front of an audience, and then we got to go to New York City, Columbia, partner with Rita, and kick off, our first one with LSGC, the Centaurian thinking. So that has evolved into what we just did in December.
That's right.
Look, I'm getting ahead of myself.
You are. You almost forgot my first keynote. That's right. Lincoln, Nebraska at the Rococo Theater at I/O 2024. Brian Ardinger and the people out there, look at this theater, man. It was absolutely incredible. I got a chance to share on stage our crazy forking journey, at least as of November. And as you said, as of November, it was already amazing. And then what did we do last week? We had to give it all away. We did something you've been dreaming about since childhood, delivering a Christmas lecture, because it's fine. We're finally hitting YouTube. It took us a while. Any quick thoughts on the Centaurian Christmas lecture and what folks will find there on our YouTube channel?
Look, to be able to share unboxing day, no less, the unpacking, the unboxing, the Centaurian Christmas lectures, that was amazing. We've been wanting to give this away. This has been behind paywalls, and in Columbia, we know that a lot of people want it. Look, this isn't the full hands-on workshop training how to do this, but we wanted to share as much of this information as possible. So it is amazing that we got it out. Love the fact that it's a childhood dream. Royal Institute Christmas lectures. I've always wanted to do it. It inspired me as a kid to everything I've done.
I always love the meta look with me and you and me and you on so many screens, but looking forward quickly in Dublin next April and the beginning of May, we are going to be there with Rita, with Aidan McCullen, with so many other incredible thought leaders to reinvent the live thought leadership experience. And we have tried to capture all of this on my Linktree. That's right, Linktree, linktr.ee/Scott Wolfson, where we've got links to almost all of these things, because there is so much more to come. We've got a new version of Tech Tonic that is dropping tomorrow. But before we get to that, my friend, you know what it's time for. It is time for the final Speed Jam of 2024. And all right, Kez, are you ready? Here you go. It is time for you to try to answer these 6 questions in 3 minutes or less. What is Centaurian thinking? What are Sims? What is Mojo? What is Fluke surface area? What is the Xeno mindset? And what is Tech Tonic reinvented? Take it away, Centaurian.
All right, 3 minutes. What is Centaurian thinking? Centaurian thinking is the culmination of what I believe is augmented intelligence. Thinking with machines, bringing everything I know about brains, how our brains work, how intelligence works, how thinking works, and bringing it together with everything I know about AI. I've been researching AI since the early 90s, one of the being there at the front of doing deep learning when back when it was just called neural networks. Look, bringing it all together, something I've been trying to really nail is how do we think with machines? What is augmented intelligence? That is Centaurian thinking. What are SIMs? Look, a SIM is an acronym, strategic imagination machines. So if we thought the last wave of AI created this sort of aspect that it took, how you use machines to be able to analyze and, become prediction machines. Look, when this next wave came along with generative AI, what we realized was, hey, look, all of that has just been chunked. All of that has just been democratized. Now everybody has the ability to do prediction machines. And we went, what does the future look like? So this idea that we can now use AI to be able to simulate future scenarios, right? Take 1 million scenarios, try them all out. We're moving from the age of prediction machines to what we're calling imagination machines. We've been developing sims. We've got some amazing sims, and that's actually going to be part of what we're doing in 2025. What is Mojo? Look, motivational design, the neuroscience of how a motivational system works. It's what I did the original research on. At least 20 years ago, being able to take it onto the stages of gamification, we realized all the latest research, which I've been working on to build on it over the last 10 years, has turned into what we call motivational journeys, or Mojo. And there's a new release of everything I know about motivation coming out very soon. What is Fluke Surface Area? Look, we talked a little bit about it. We've looked into the science of it. I'm going to be unpacking the science, the neuroscience behind what is behind the secret. The Fluke surface area is a luck surface area. It's no magic. It has no woo-woo behind it. It is a real scientific discipline of how to think about luck in a very different way. What is the Xeno mindset? Look, one of the challenges of going from 0 to 1, the Peter Thiel sort of thing of being in a startup, is this challenge that everybody you talk to, most people talk about it, like until you get to 1, they go, you're still at 0. What we realize is it is represented by Xeno, that concept of you can never reach there. That is the feeling, but you are getting closer and closer and closer and closer. What is Tech Tonic reinvented? Look, we got Aidan McCullen, Reinvention Summit, Innovation Show, strategist, and we're launching a new Tech Tonic. It's going to come out tomorrow, and we're going to share more about it, but it is part game show, part like future strategy, and has sims. That's what I'm going to say.
Well, my. Here it is on the final day of 2024. And Kez, you have indeed mastered the speed jam, something that we created as deliberate practice, something that only you can do to actually substantively answer questions. Those are really, really hard, gnarly questions in 3 minutes or less. Absolutely remarkable. And I got a notion that we might be bringing Speed Jam along with us, but we've got to hop on the Twain train to this week in AI news. Oh man, it is, as we always do, we don't just focus in on what everybody else is chasing, the low-hanging fruit. This week in AI news is all about that notion, like Mark Twain said, that history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. And in terms of historical rhymes, we are capitalizing on something that we see playing out, which is a total paradigm shift, a strategic inflection point in the future of media, the future of thought leadership. And with that, we have completely reinvented Tech Tonic, the AI thought show with Kez and Scott. Kez, any final comments before we roll the little teaser for tomorrow's first episode?
All I'm going to say is we researched where the future media is going, where the future thought leadership's going, understanding where YouTube is breaking everything which we've been talking about the future media for so long, and we try to start creating it into a show. New show, Tech Tonic, the show after the show. This is our future. As I said to Scott, it's like, driving in cars with comedians. This is designing startups with strategists.
This is going to be not just the innovation show, this is going to be the innovation game.
Using a Jason Possible framework, seeing around corners. Which ones of these kind of resonate with you?
They all do.
Now, where do you think you want to start up your startup in the Emerald Isle?
We're going to get you to incubate in real time by actually having you play a slightly different game. Any of these like sparking an idea. How would you combine any of these to create something new?
Almost like a network effect of cells around the ocean. Those two sparked for me.
How do you think you did, Mr.
I
McCollum?
have no idea, man. I have no idea. This is new for me.
Well, clearly we have leveled things up here at Tech Tonic. And that brings us to our Tech Tonic tool tips. And this week, because it is a quick tip, and it is simply this week we are strongly recommending that anybody who does subscribe to ChatGPT Pro. That's your Tech Tonic tooltip for the New Year's Eve special. And without further ado, we have one final episode of Strong Opinions Loosely Held. Again, I have a sense, my friend, that this is going to be something that you are going to carry through to the new show. I think we've got to keep your hot takes going. These strong opinions loosely held. You have strong opinions loosely held about strong opinions loosely held. You did that meta one. And this week on the final day of 2024, Kez, what are your strong opinions loosely held about ChatGPT Pro?
Look, here's the thing about ChatGPT Pro. OpenAI finally got the name of one of their products perfect. This idea of Pro. Look, everyone's running around going, hey, you only need Pro if you're working on a PhD. First off, I think we're all going to be working on problems which used to be done by PhDs. Second, look, this tool is amazing. Look, Scott jumped in 1 week. Soon as it launched, he jumped in, dropped the cash, started using it. I was a little slower. I was like, all right, I'm not sure. Like, let's actually see what it says. I saw with some of the things that Scott was throwing out to me, I realized that I could use it for what I've been trying to do for such a long time. Like, I wanted to be able to take research I'd worked on, take ideas, take frameworks, take mental models, and actually understand it and be able to actually create ideas. It actually solves problems. It actually helps you think. So if you've done the masterclass, if you've watched the Christmas lectures, if you haven't, go and do that. Like, we will not wait for you. But if you can go and do that, you will see this idea of kryptonite and superpowers. Look, if you're really skilled at something, here's the thing which is really amazing. If you're really skilled at something, you're on that other side of that curve. Most people would go, do I need AI? Because AI only gets you to above average. Look, if you've got superpowers in a particular area, creativity, innovation, neuroscience, any of those things, Pro is the tool for you. So Pro is the tool for pros. Look, it's not just for PhDs. It's not just for complex problems. Look, it is not a one prompter. This is something which can actually understand deep thought. You can put mental models in there. You can actually start putting your research in there and it'll help you think through it. Look, it's not an answer machine. It never was. It never will be. It never should be. It is a tool to help you think. To me, it is the ultimate Centaurian augmented intelligence thinking with machines tool. Look, it's a 2024. We're really excited about O3, but look, O1 Pro is amazing. Stop listening to all those people saying it's not worth it. Look, I get it. Loss aversion, anchoring, all of those things, $20 a month. They gave us like the equivalent of a Cray back in the 80s for $20 a month. And now they're coming along and saying $200 a month. Look, how much do you spend on your computer? How much do you spend on your MacBook? How much do you spend on software which can actually change what you do? This software will change everything about your work, how you do companies operate. This is the future. We're all going to be working on PhD problems, and that is my strong opinion, loosely held.
Well, I couldn't have said it better myself, and that's why you are the one who delivers the strong opinions loosely held. Well, because we are about to put a bow on this. We are wrapping up 2024. We are about to dive into this absolutely awesome documentary. I'm just going to show quickly this quick drawing that our incredible augmented artist friend did of Demesis Abyss. We're going to be diving in. You put the link in the comments. You can still join us, folks. We're just about 10 minutes away from this exclusive, special, and complimentary screening of the thinking game, because boy, it has been one heck of a thinking game this year. I'm going to give you the mic and give you the last word as we put a bow on Tech Tonic, the first year, the first season, with this very special New Year's Eve Tech Tonic Wrapped Special.
Look, if you missed this year, you didn't follow us, go back and watch it, because you will be able to look at what was the show before the show. Lastly, come and join us. Look, this is a gift to you. You know, I saw Demesis Abyss, new documentary, launched this summer at Tribeca Film Festival. I missed it. And I was like, oh, I so want to watch it because I loved what DeepMind was doing. So this is the story from AlphaGo to his Nobel Prize. And I was like, oh my God, I want to watch this so badly. And then Scott goes, hey, look, you can actually pay money and actually get the streaming rights. So that's what we did, and we wanted to offer it to everybody. There's still seats available. Go register. Come and join us for the watch party, because this is amazing. And straight after the watch party, you will see us just hang out, unpack it, think about where the future's going, probably talk a little bit more, share a little bit more where we think 2025 and AI is going to go. Look, thank you. I want to thank every single one of you who's followed us this year. This is amazing. We love everything that you're doing and sharing about us. This is something we do it because we want to help other people. This is the show. The impetus for this show, which Scott and I had, was tech is moving too fast. We understand people are struggling. This is something that we can help with. So that's what we try to do. 2025, look, I hate to break it to you, it's not going to get any slower. So thank you. Join us. And it's going to be a wild ride.
That's right. And as I've started saying, we've started saying, ask not what AI can do for you, ask what you can do with AI. So one more time for 2024, stay augmented, our friends.
Cheers. Brother.
Boop.
We got it.